I call to order the City Council meeting for the City of East Grand Forks for December 3rd, 2024. City Clerk, please call roll.
Mayor Steve Gander.
Here.
Council President Mark Olsted.
Here.
Council Vice President Tim Riepel.
Here.
Council Members Clarence Vetter.
Here.
Ben Fuchshavinsky.
Here.
Dale Helms.
Here.
Brian Larson.
Here.
Karen Peterson.
Here.
Does term quorum. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remember, you got to push your button on your microphone now. They fixed it. Your microphone, you got to push the button down. So,
You want to do anything?
they fixed it. They fixed it last week.
All right, move on to open forum, an opportunity for members of the public to address City Council on items not on the current agenda. Items requiring council action may be referred to staff boards and commissions for research in future council's agendas if appropriate. Is anybody here to address City Council? I see none. Move on to approval of minutes for the November 19th regular meeting, November 19th special meeting, and November 26th work session. Moved by Larson.
Second.
Second by Vetter. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Vetter.
Yes.
Fuchshavinsky.
Yes.
Riepel.
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Olsted.
Yes.
Larson.
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Scheduled bid lettings, there is none. Scheduled public hearings, truth and taxation hearing and preliminary tax levy of 7% with the proposed reduction down to 3% final levy. Motion to open the public hearing. Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Helms. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. We are now in public hearing. Ms. Anderson.
Thank you, Council President and Council. I'm waiting to connect here. Here we are. Oh, okay. Little delay in the computers here, so Corey and I worked on it earlier, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Sorry. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. So welcome. This is the Truth and Taxation hearing. And, okay, there's a little delay here. This big a delay earlier. Let's see. Here we go. Black screen. The right chord.
Yep.
So you guys all have yours up on your computer? Okay, so then I'll just go through it.
Okay.
Corey, say anything? So this rehearing is required by state law, and the purpose of the meeting is to review the 2025 city budget and tax levy. A preliminary levy was set in December at 7%, and tonight our assumption is when we look at the numbers that we will approve a tax levy at 3%, which will be voted on later in the meeting today. And we also share in this meeting historical and comparative information and answer questions. So the next slide here, I have the budget. On the left side of the screen, we have revenues with the 2024 budget, and that's compared to the 2025 budget, and the change between the two. So the property tax level is a 3% difference from 2024 to 2025. And then on the right column, we have the expenditures for 2024 budget and 2025 budget. And the total of the budgeted revenue for 2025 is $13,711,584. And the budget for expenses is $14,263,747. So there is a difference of a negative of $552,163. And since there is a negative, that would mean we would have to dip into our fund balance and add that, budget that fund balance amount of $552,163 as part of our budget and submit that to the state. Then there is a slide on general fund revenue sources and shows the percentage of where this money is coming from. A little over 52% is from property tax levies. Got Megan IT here. Oh, cool. Thank you. And thank you, Corey, because he's in the back end telling her what to do. So we have a little pie chart here. Property tax levy is 52.1%, which is a value of $7,137,984. And if you look on the pie chart, the next, our largest funding source is intergovernmental of 21%. We have franchise and other taxes at 11, a little over 11. We have charges for service. We have fine and forfeitures. We have license and permits, and we have other revenues. So the general fund revenue from 24-25 increased $383,687. Of course, that large amount of that is the property tax increase at 3%, which is $207,903. And then we have franchise and other taxes. License and permits, we budget a little less than last year. Intergovernmental, there's a little bit of an increase. We had a small increase in our local government aid, but some of that increase is what we expect to get in state aid through grants from the state or from the federal government. We have charges for services. We have fine and forfeitures, which we actually reduced that. We've seen a little bit of a dip of what we're collecting in fines. And then other revenues and other financing sources. So this chart shows you what our actual is for the expenditures by classifications. So we have the actual for 2022, 2023, and we have budget for 2024 and 2025. So personnel services is 62% of our expenses, and there was a change from 2024 at 5.9%. On the same chart, there's other examples where supplies went up 11%, other charges was 3%, capital outlay was 20%, and transfers out was a negative 4%. So the next screen shows our personnel services and expenditures. So we have actual 2022, actual 2023, budgeted 2024, and budgeted 2025. And the chart on the left actually shows you the numbers, and the chart on the right, the graph, shows in colors and a little graph just so you can see the difference in how much there is. Our largest expenditures for personnel is in public safety and then it is in recreation and culture, and then it is in general government, public works, and then general government. So our general fund expenses increased from the 2024 to the 2025 budget of $786,319. The largest increase was in personnel costs of over $500,000, supplies of $61,000, other charges of $103,000, capital outlay of $146,000, and transfers out was a negative $24,000. So in those changes, in the capital change, police capital outlay went up $96,289. Parks went down $5,000. Public Works went up $5,000. And then we have a water and light city project. They do our street lighting project. They're planning on doing that on Highway 2, and our guesstimation on that is $50,000 more than what we budgeted last year. So we're looking at about $250,000. We thought the project was going to happen in 2024, but now it's in 2025. So what happens in the street light projects is the water and light, their staff actually puts up the lights, and they also might have to hire some contractors. But they put up the lights, but the street lights are actually a capital asset of the city. So that $250,000 comes in as a revenue into our budget and then is out as a revenue. So there is no cost to the city. It's just numbers we have to put in both revenue and expenses. So transfer out includes a change of $30,000 in debt, which increase of $30,000, and then $25,000 less in our sick leave contribution from last year. So why do property taxes vary from year to year? So property value determines taxable payable. The county assessor determines the value of your home, and that is based on property sales. They also come around and assess your house, and the county does that, and there is, they usually come out in early January, and there is a protocol for you. You can question what your value of your house is assessed at, but that is with the county, that is not with us. And there is a protocol to do that. If anybody's interested, they can give me a call and I can tell you how to do that. Also on the property tax statement are special assessments. And these are separate lines on the bottom of the statement, and they would be for things like a sewer project if you are in a new home, or it's mainly street projects. Special assessments due to those street projects that were either new or when we actually have done, in the last 7 years, we have done street projects where we've done either a mill or overlay. So also in the tax statement, there are tax levies for the county, the city, the school district, and then there are a couple special tax districts, the Northwest Regional Development Commission, the ambulance, and Red Lake Watershed. So on this, next screen here, we'll give it a minute. So what we do every year is we look at a group of value of homes. We look at 5 homes and 1 commercial property. And we try to pick one that's kind of in a certain dollar value amount. So the first home is $205,000. The second home is $298,000. The third home is $390,000. The fourth home is $466,000, and the fifth home is $562,000. And what the tax is right on their truth in the proposed taxes for 2025. That is the column with the goldenrod down, and that's what it says on that proposed tax statement. So what we have done is we have made a guesstimation of what that tax would be if we do lower the levy to 3%. And then on the columns on the right, it shows a difference in the value of the home and the difference if the taxes went up or down. So we did notice that some of the home values have gone down in the past year. Their assessed value have gone down, and that has done because of other sales within your area or within your home price group. So this is what your proposed tax statement looked like. So it has your taxpayers on the left, the name, the property information, the property description, and then on the top right, it says what the estimated market value was in 2024, and then in 2025. It'll show on there if you have a homestead exclusion, which is up to $400,000. There is a homestead exclusion. And then there's the taxable market value. So the tax is our applicable to what the taxable market value, not the estimated market value. So if you go down the page, it shows what the actual 2024 taxes were for the county, what the proposed would be for the county at, I believe they have theirs set at 4% right now, the preliminary, and then East Grand Forks, the actual for 2024, and their preliminary, then the school district, and they also have voter approved and other, and then we have the special taxing districts. This one does not have any specials on it, so if it did, it would be right underneath that. So on the back page of your proposed taxes for 2025 is levy information for other cities in the county, for the county and other school district, and the school district. So if you're interested, you can look on that to see what, Polk County preliminary is 5%, and the city on East Grand Forks in here says 7%. So if you look at some of the other cities, a lot of them are with kind of in the same range. There are some higher. So the next screen, I just kind of did a recap of what other levies are at. So the cities in the Minnesota cities, the tax levies were an increase of 8.8% if you put all the cities together. And East Grand Forks, their preliminary was 7%, and we're looking at voting to lowering that to 3%. The counties as a whole for the state had a 6.4% increase, and Polk County is at 5%. I know they're looking at trying to lower that for their final. The townships had a 6.3% increase. The schools had a 4.4% increase, and East Grand Forks 595, their preliminary is at 5.97. And then the special taxing districts, there was a 5.7 increase for the state as a whole. And the local Red Lake watershed and our Northwest Development Regional Cooperative ambulance had no increase. So the city of East Grand Forks is hoping to set their final levy today and the budget by the December 17th, 2024 council meeting. So next slide is actually a recap of where your property tax goes. And this example is from a market home value estimated at $297,200. And their total property tax was $4,064. So out of that breakdown, Northwest Regional Development Cooperative or Commission is $4.60. The ambulance was $13.84. The watershed was $99.82. The school district voter approved was $210.83. The regular levy was $627.22, and Polk County was $1,074.69. And the city of East Grand Forks was $2,033. So you can, on the left, it shows the percentage, and most of the property tax are coming to the city of East Grand Forks. 50% of the taxes on your tax bill go to the city. So these are just some highlights on property values. I'm not going to go through all of them, just so you can see where the increase was in what we have for estimated market value payable. And then the average home in 2025 was $271,200. And the number of residential parcels is $2,607. So general fund balance. The Office of the State Auditor recommends that the local governments maintain a fund balance between 35 to 50% of operating revenues or no less than 5 months of operating expenditures. So this helps with our bond rating. Right now, our current bond rating is at AA3, and our audited numbers in 2024 revenues were $240,881 more than budgeted, and our expenses were $922,575 less than budgeted. So our fund balance increased in 2023. Excuse me, those numbers were, audited numbers were 2023, not 2024. I have that incorrect, sorry. But our fund balance did increase because of those changes. And right now, if you look at that, we're at 53.66% of the 2024 budget is from our 2023 fund balance. And then I have listed what we had for the other years. So in 2022 it was 50%, 21 it was over 57, and 2020 was over 58. So the assumption with a 3% levy that will be voted on tonight, the 24 budget numbers and fund balance would be at $7,097,292. This is 52% of revenue or 50% of expenditures. And so that would put us right within the Office of the State Auditor. Any questions, comments?
Anybody have any questions?
And for the audience, all these things are on our website, and of course you can call our office if you have any questions. Thank you.
Gander, do you have any questions for the public hearing?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. All right. If not, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Move.
Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Helms. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. The public hearing is now closed. Excuse me. Move on to the next public hearing. Public hearing to consider granting a property tax abatements for the properties that qualify under the new construction housing program. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
Move.
Moved by Larson.
Second.
Second by Riepel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. We're in the public hearing.
Evening, City Council, President, City Administrator, and Mayor. Wanted to bring forth this opportunity to continue the new construction housing project program. And this year we're looking at 14 properties in total. 10 are within their second year of the program, and then 4 are within the first year of this program that have come up to full value. It takes about 2 years for the houses to come up to full value to be considered for the program. So it's a cost share between the city, the county, and the school. And last year we had 15, and this year we have 14. So hopefully that gives some good insight and history on this program.
Anybody have any questions? Gander, do you have anything?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Move.
Moved by Larson. Second by Riepel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. The public hearing is now closed. Move on to the consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda will be adopted with one motion. However, council members may request individual items be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion and action if they choose. Anyone want 6 or 7 pulled? If not, entertain a motion.
Move 6 and 7.
Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Peterson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Acknowledge receipt of reports of officers, boards, and commissions. Regular meeting minutes of Water, Light, Power, and Building Commission for November 6, 2024. Communication, there's none. Move on to old business. Number 9, consider adopting Ordinance 43, 4th Series, amending the City Code Title 11 by adding Chapter 120, an ordinance to regulate cannabis and lower potency hemp edible businesses, and authorizing a Chapter 152 zoning district to land usage Title 15 to operate the businesses within the City of East Grand Forks, and by adopting by reference code referencing City Code Chapter 10 in Sections 10.99, which among other things contain penalty provisions. Second reading. Move it better.
Second.
Second by Pakshavinsky. Questions or discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Move on to new business. Consider approving the summary of the ordinances 43 4th Series to be published in place of the complete ordinance. Is there a motion? Moved by Vetter.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 11, consider adopting Resolution 24-12-91, approving the 3% increase to the 24 tax levy collectible in 2025.
Move.
Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Peterson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 12, consider adopting Resolution 24-12-86, authorizing a tax abatement on the listed properties that qualified under the new home construction program for 24 that is payable in 25.
Move.
Moved by Larson.
Second.
Second by Helms. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 13, consider approving a site use agreement between the City of East Grand Forks and Nutrition Services, Inc. for the use of the Senior Center for the Nutrition Program for 2025.
Move.
Who moved? Pakshavinsky moved.
Second.
Second by Peterson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 14, consider adopting Resolution 24-12-87, approving the hiring of Herman Gray as a police officer at a salary of $33.66 per hour.
Move.
Moved by Helms.
Yep.
Second.
Second by Vetter. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Consider approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of East Grand Forks and ASME Council 65, approving the employer health insurance contributions for 2025.
Move.
Who moved? Riepel.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Mr. Vetter.
Thank you, Mr. President. 2 points on this. The city, over the years, we negotiated out a percentage increase. We had a dollar amount that we would contribute for health insurance. So I see going back to a percentage of the health insurance contribution as a step backwards. So for that one reason, I'll be voting no. The second, when you look at that, there's no reason that we should be giving an employee that's 40 years old with 3 kids more towards health insurance than someone that is 24 with no kids. Everyone is an employee. Everyone should get the same benefit. We shouldn't be giving a higher benefit to someone just because they have a family. And that's another reason why I'll be voting no on these. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? I see none. Roll call, please.
Better?
No.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 16, consider approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of East Grand Forks and the International Association of Firefighters, local number 3423, approving the employer health insurance contributions for 2025. Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
No.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 17, consider approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of East Grand Forks and the Law Enforcement Labor Services Local Number 152, approving the employer health insurance contributions for 2025. Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
No.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 18, consider adopting Resolution 24-12-88, approving the employer health insurance contributions for 2025 for non-union employees. Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
No.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 19, consider adopting Resolution 24-12-89, adopting the Gravy-ICRA plan as the city's sponsored group health plan for purposes defined by Minnesota Statute 299A.465. Move by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Better?
Yes.
Pakshavinsky?
Yes.
Riepel?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olsted?
Yes.
Larson?
Yes.
Peterson?
Yes.
Motion is carried. Number 20, consider adopting Resolution 24-12-90, formally requesting $126,000 in project funds from the MPCA Enforcement Action Grant for the Griggs Park Playground Equipment, Community Tree Planting, the Library Art Sensory Garden, and the Fave Park ADA improvements. Move. Helms moved.
Second.
Second by Pachivinsky. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Vetter,
Yes.
Pachivinsky.
Yes.
Riepel,
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Olsted,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Claims, consider authorizing city administrator clerk treasurer to issue payment of recommended bills and the payroll. Moved by Helms.
Second.
Second by Pachivinsky. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Vetter,
Yes.
Pachivinsky.
Yes.
Riepel,
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Olsted.
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Peterson.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Mayor Gander.
All right. First of all, thank you, Corey, for getting me a Zoom link. Thanks to everyone who allowed me to participate by Zoom today. I don't know if the folks know, I know everyone around the table there knows how much work went into getting the budget down to that 3% number. But I do want to call out our finance director, Carla Anderson, certainly our city administrator, Reed Hutton, all of our city staff, all of our unions, all of our department heads, our personnel committee. This was kind of a full court press to get it down to this point. And again, I just want to say thank you, because I'm sure no one else out there knows all the moving parts. Certainly our city staff that had to be flexible to come in with a little different kind of health insurance plan. So I think everybody stepped up and really worked hard to bring this levy down to where we got it. And I want to just say thank you to everybody. That's all. Thanks.
Mr. Vetter.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Mr. Pachivinsky.
Nothing, thanks.
Mr. Riepel.
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Helms.
Just a quick note that winter is here. Buckle up and watch out for the ice. And maybe Mr. Riepel didn't say it, so I will. Maybe we should have the mayor on Zoom more often. Doesn't say as much.
Ms. Peterson.
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Larson.
Nothing else to add. Thank
Mr.
you.
Hudman.
Just two things. One, on the health insurance side, there's one outstanding union group that I would expect certainly by the next meeting on the 17th, we'll have that wrapped up. We're really close with the similar agreement that was in place with these groups. So that's progressing nicely. And then on the cannabis side, just again, a thank you to Mr. Gallstead and Chief Hedlund and a number of other staff, Nancy, Megan, Sergeant Schrage, a number of them that were really involved on the staff level, along with the council members that participated. There was a lot of work that went into that ordinance as well to get us to where we are, having a second reading completed today. So thanks everyone for that. That's it.
Mr. Gallstead.
Just say thank you.
Anything from the department heads? I see none. Entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Helms.
Second.
Second by Pachivinsky. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Meeting is adjourned.
You wanted to wait?
Nobody wanted.